What if I told you that the key to gaining respect and influence isn't showing off your strength, intelligence, or power, but rather playing the fool? It sounds counterintuitive, doesn't it? But that's exactly what the German philosopher Arthur Schopenhauer suggested. And when you dig deeper, it begins to make a lot of sense. Schopenhauer, unlike many other thinkers, didn't believe in overpowering others with wisdom or force. Instead, he argued that appearing weaker than you really are can often be the most powerful strategy. Imagine, for a moment, you're in a heated debate, a business meeting, or even a sports competition. What if, instead of flaunting your expertise right away, you held back, giving others the chance to think they're one step ahead? Sounds like a risky move, right? But trust me, stick with me for a moment. At just 19 years old, Schopenhauer's mother gave him a brutal piece of advice that would shape his philosophy forever. She criticized him for constantly trying to prove his intellectual superiority, warning that while he was exceptionally bright, his need to correct everyone around him would eventually make his qualities insignificant. Her message was clear. Intellectual pride can destroy relationships. This is where Schopenhauer's controversial view on wisdom emerged. The idea that sometimes the best way to avoid conflict and win respect is to let go of your need to always be right. By intentionally playing the fool, you're not only protecting your reputation, but you're also subtly gaining admiration. Schopenhauer went as far as to say that underplaying your strengths is one of the most effective strategies to win in life. By appearing slightly inferior, you set the stage to surprise others when the time is right. This tactic, believe it or not, echoes the ancient wisdom of Sun Tzu in The Art of War. All war is based on concealment. When the battle is won not by brute force, but by outwitting your opponent, the element of surprise becomes your greatest weapon. Take this idea into your everyday life, in meetings, debates, or even casual conversations. Those who talk the least, but listen the most, often leave the strongest impression, simply because they know when to reveal their true value. Gandhi once said, "Speak only if it improves upon the silence." Schopenhauer shared a similar belief. True wisdom isn't about filling the air with words, but knowing when to speak and when to listen. In fact, he agreed with Plato, who stated, "Wise men speak because they have something to say, fools because they need to say something." In any setting, there are always two types of people: those who bluster and dominate the conversation, and those who quietly observe. The first type tends to be taken less seriously, until they're in positions of power, of course. Schopenhauer's secret: don't try to know everything right away. Let your actions speak for you. Sometimes, being silent and observing can set the stage for a more powerful, calculated reveal of your ideas at the perfect moment. But here's where it gets even more interesting. Schopenhauer taught the art of guiding others subtly, letting them believe that the ideas they come up with are actually theirs. This wasn't manipulation in his eyes, but a deep form of respect. By planting ideas gently, you preserve the dignity of others while still steering them toward your vision. Whether it's your colleagues, your friends, or even your family, leading with this kind of humility creates an environment of mutual respect. Think about professional athletes. How often do they hold back their true skills, only to explode with brilliance when the moment is right? It's a strategy that works in all areas of life. By appearing less capable than you are, you avoid unnecessary conflicts, and when the time comes, you can step forward and dominate. But this time, with a foundation of respect and understanding. So, how can you start applying Schopenhauer's lessons today? Think about the moments when you feel the urge to prove yourself, whether at work, in social situations, or even in casual conversations. What if, instead of rushing to show your knowledge, you let others shine first? You might be surprised at how much power there is in restraint. And next time you find yourself at the center of attention, remember, the true master of influence is the one who knows when to speak, when to stay silent, and when to let others take the lead. Because in the end, your influence will be far greater when you're the one with the patience to wait for the perfect moment. If you found this perspective on influence and wisdom interesting, don't forget to like and subscribe. And hey, why not share it with someone who could use a little reminder of the power of restraint? Because sometimes, it's not about being the loudest voice in the room. It's about knowing when to stay quiet and let the silence speak for itself. When a disabled fan wins a match, and you could easily beat them, yet choose to lose to give them the feeling of triumph. This act of humility doesn't just show kindness, it strengthens bonds and promotes dignity. At work, this same principle holds true. Instead of constantly correcting your boss or colleagues, Schopenhauer recommended the art of playing the fool. It's a strategy that helps preserve harmony in professional environments. He believed that playing dumb, when necessary, could actually cover up the defects of others, helping them save face while also maintaining your own dignity. We all like to be recognized, but Schopenhauer warned that before achieving success, it's better to keep a low profile. The desire to display your achievements, he argued, is often a sign of insecurity. True admiration comes not from boasting, but from quietly achieving something significant without drawing attention to it. This lesson wasn't only Schopenhauer's, it's one Socrates embraced as well. He famously said, "I only know that I know nothing." Socrates used irony, feigning ignorance, to provoke deep reflection in others. This humble approach to wisdom made him one of the greatest thinkers of all time. Schopenhauer took this idea further, emphasizing that arrogance is rarely admired. He believed that minimizing your own achievements actually makes you more respectable. This echoes the wisdom of Frank Lucas, who said, "The most noisy in the room is the weakest." When you adopt humility and act with respect, you position yourself as someone admirable. You achieve more than just victories. You conquer hearts. Schopenhauer's message is clear. By playing the fool, you can transform what seems like a weakness into a strength. You avoid unnecessary clashes and gain true respect from those around you. As Lao Tzu once said, "The wise man wears simple clothes, but keeps a treasure in his heart." The art of playing dumb requires patience, self-control, and the ability to look beyond the obvious. It doesn't mean you renounce your authenticity or hide who you are. Instead, it's about acting with emotional intelligence, knowing when to hold back and when to step forward. Mastering the art of appearing modest not only helps you avoid friction, but also positions you as someone truly worthy of respect and admiration. So, the next time you find yourself in a situation where your instinct is to impose yourself or prove your worth, try this. Listen more, speak less, and allow your actions to speak for themselves. Like Schopenhauer showed us, true power lies in humility, and true success is one that not only benefits you but also inspires others to be their best.